Hey guys, Valtorious the Awoken here. So today we will be talking about the new Dragon Ball Z game Kakarot. Now, I haven't really covered too much games on this channel because not really too much about that life. Not too much about that life. But since this is basically E3 week, I wanted to cover some stuff about the new Dragon Ball Z game. I guess it's called Kakarot, right? So I'm just curious on how this game is going to be different from any of the Dragon Ball Z games, because okay, we have like Xenoverse 1 and 2, and I would like to say those games have ran its course. Sure, people still play it, but I'm like, I felt like it ran its course because it was interesting and good in the beginning, but then when later on it gets spread out and it's like, okay, you got some DLC characters, and I guess not that many people enjoyed it as much. Like, sure, okay, Gogeta, Broly, Jiren, Ultra Instinct Goku, Kefla, God Vegeta, all these people, Riprian, all of these characters that they got. But this new game that they given us is open world, RPG like, he can fish with his tail. This man can have this fighting simulation almost like a Tenkaichi tag team. This is, and it looks so refreshing. So I'm like, I want to know, how is this game going to be different? Because I mean, we have like a lot of Dragon Ball YouTubers out there who's kind of like specifying like this is going to be the best game of all time, and I'm like, you need to slow down here. You really need to slow down here, because that's what's been said about Xenoverse, and like I said before, Xenoverse kind of already ran its course. So what's to say this new game isn't going to run its course as well and be like, okay, you give it like, I don't know, a year, right? Like a year, like maybe 6 months or a year, right? And the game gotten so good to the point where it's like, okay, if the DLCs that obviously we're going to get, because frankly, in this game, I only want is clashes, and it goes all the way up to the Broly stuff. And then they give us DLC for Moro when Dragon Ball Super comes back. That's all I want. That's all I want. Like, but if you kind of just give up to, it goes all the way up to the Majin Buu arc, and then that's it. And then later on there might be DLCs, but then you have to pay for it. That's the problem. I don't want it to be you're paying for like DLC for story that it shouldn't just be, you have to pay for DLC for story. No, it should just be it's free. It's basically, each month you get like a free DLC for the next story. Like, okay, after the Majin Buu stuff you get the God stuff, and then the Tournament of Power, all this stuff. Like, I want that to be free. And then I would say that if you want to pay, you could probably say the GT stuff is paid. Okay, I'll probably say that, but the story, I should say it should be free. But the DLCs for GT definitely should be paid. And yeah, but like I said, I'm only looking forward to like the clashes and seeing how far this whole RPG life is gonna be, because like I said, like you got the Tenkaichi 3 was like, I personally, Tenkaichi 3 was like the best Dragon Ball Z game of all time. I think nobody shouldn't like fight me, disagree and be like, no, you're wrong, Xenoverse. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're gonna probably have some people out there that's gonna say Xenoverse and stuff, but Tenkaichi 3, it was Jesus, it was great. It was completely great. Like, you had transformations, you had clashes, you could put teams, you could have whatever, you could kind of do almost what you want on there, and I loved it, and it's sad that if they would have met Tenkaichi 4, everybody would have known that hands down that would have been the best game of all time. Like, there would have not been a Xenoverse 3, which I'm pretty sure is not, but it would have been best game of all time if they would have made Tenkaichi 4. But unfortunately, due to some reasons, we can't. So that's why we looking at this game, and we have to see how far and how different it's going to be compared to the other like Dragon Ball Z games. Because when you look at this one, they did take some stuff from Ultimate Tenkaichi, right, and I guess some stuff from Xenoverse, but like I said before, how is it going to be different? How is it going to change people to make it seem like, well, yeah, we want to play this game, and we want games like this to continue on. Because let's just say they make it and the game does extremely well, right? And they say, okay, we get like a part 2 or something, and then part 2 could be maybe Moro, and then maybe some stuff that comes maybe after maybe Moro or something, you know, because you want it to be a game that lasts forever rather than a game that doesn't really last that long and it was only for like maybe a year and then that's it and stuff, and then people just put it down, because a lot of people stopped playing Xenoverse because of reasons and stuff, and they felt like it was too stupid, and they wasn't really interested into it, you know, it wasn't really interested. And there was even talks about some people in the community would rather play Raging Blast and Tenkaichi than Xenoverse and stuff. So it's like, it's saying a lot. It's saying a lot, you know. It's saying a lot. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. It's like this, you know, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I'm just hoping it does well. You know, that's all I'm saying. Like, I really do hope that it does well. I will be getting the game. You know, I want to play. You know, I will be getting the game. But I'm just saying, like, I need more. I need more. But I'm going to be watching, you know, like, if any new stuff comes along later on. They're like, oh, you know, they go past Majin Buu. And like I said before, because if the DLC isn't free and you got to pay for God, no, for the Battle of Gods, you know, you gotta pay for the you know, the stuff that leads all the way up to the Tournament of Power. I think I might just be like, nah, I'm not with it. And if they don't have clashes in there, which I want, and if I don't see my clashes in there, then I'm like, okay, I just can't. I just can't. This isn't right. Like, I don't care if it looks like the RPG is great. Like, I want my clashes, man, because that's what I was flipping out with Xenoverse. Like, that my clashes wasn't in there. But you know, I'm gonna give the game some time. You know, I want to see more before I make my final conclusion on what I like truly think about the game and stuff, because you know, it's in the developing process. You know, you gotta give stuff like this needs time. But I'm just hoping that if this game can prove me wrong, then maybe they should continue to make more games like this, so that way like stuff like this can last on for a long time, rather than something that's like the flavor of the month and then it just dies out. You know, that's what I pretty much want. So you know, this is basically just a little short little video on what I think and what they should possibly do and stuff, because like I said, this is all in the beginning stage, so we have plenty of time to wait. So yeah, so if you like what you heard you like, you know, please subscribe, share, do all that wonderful stuff, and I'll catch you later.